I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call to quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve. Shield my greed. That's how I get it. Success ain't no giving. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous. They don't want it when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need to brag. I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket. Houston, we got a problem, man. Perfect, let them watch me. Elevating, got them noxious. Cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the option. Woo! Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Woo!
It's time! Welcome to DFS by the Numbers with your host, Brady.
Better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers and welcome to Best Bet for UFC Vegas 70. We have Nikita Krylov going against Ryan Spann. We have 11 fights to talk about. I think this is a good card. I think it's a much better card than last week where we had freaking Jordan Wright, Zach Palvin in the co-main. We had William Knight going out there and taking a dump. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this card overall. We are here with Cody Blood Money. We're here with Johnny K Picks, Billy Briz. What is up, guys? We'll start with you, Johnny. Johnny, looking forward to UFC Vegas 70.
Oh, yeah. This is like a pay-per-view for me because I was talking to you, like I said, these last cards have been really rough, and this is actually going to be a really good card. I'm really excited for it. I think there's going to be a lot of violence, so looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. We got Billy. Billy, what is up? You looking for the card?
I was a little bit more excited for last week's card for the MMA that we're getting. I got Bellator on my screen right now, and dude, you know how much of a degenerate I am, and we have no Bellator bets, no PFL bets last night, so I'm feeding to get into the fight action for the weekend, man. I've been sitting on the sidelines this week, so I'm ready to dig in.
Let's go. And last but not least, we got Cody. Cody, what is up? You looking forward to the card?
Yeah, man. What's up, Brady? Appreciate you having me on. I'm super looking forward to this card. I think this was a really good card to find some really good betting spots. Got 5 solid bets, and I can get that clean sweep.
Let's do it. All right, guys, before we get started, if you guys can please leave a like on the video, subscribe here to the channel. I also linked down Johnny's channel, Johnny K Picks, Blood Money's channel as well down in the description. And then I linked down Billy Briz's Twitter as well. I'm going to quickly go over the rules if you guys are new or you want a quick refresher. So there's 6 rules. The first rule is we're going to use 1 hypothetical unit on each and every best bet. And there's going to be a total of 10 fights per show. On this show, we're going to have 11 fights, so they're going to be able to pass on 1. We're going to use current lines that are available at the time of the show. And the goal at the end of the year is to have 100 total bets for each person or 10 shows per year. At the end, you're going to give 1 best bet for the entire card. And if you do hit that bet, you're going to double the profit for that fight. The standings will be updated weekly, and the one with the most profit at the end of the year wins. The prize is a championship belt courtesy of Betya, and then I'm also going to be pitching in $100 out of my own money. The standings are down below. We have a couple guys with 2 cards, a couple guys still with 1 card, and then we have a guy with 3 cards as well. Betya is currently in the lead with 2 cards in at plus 10.25 units. So curious to see how these guys do on this card. I think it's a pretty good betting card, so it should be a good card for all 3 of these guys. But I say we shout out the chat before we get started here.
How much was the entry fees for this contest, Brady?
0. So it's free to enter. Free to enter.
Appreciate you.
No problem, guys. But yes, it should be a nice championship belt, and then I'll be paying out $100 of my own money. So we got Lucid, first one in the chat. I saw some people in here earlier, but the chat's not scrolling up all the way. We got Uncle Weezy in the chat. We got You Can't Be Snerious in the chat. We got Propaholic with a $9.99. Appreciate you, Propaholic. Best of luck today. We got Doe Space in the house. We got Boofy in the house. We got Addicted to Combat. Another guy on the best bet in the house as well. Hey. We got Christopher. We got Dickens Cider. Gold Cap. We got Eric, Ace of Spade. We got Nick. We got Bunny. What is up, everybody? Serial Chiller Professor. What is up, guys? Thank you for hanging out. Please be sure to like the video. All right. So we're going to start with the first fight in the card. We were supposed to have 13 fights. Now we're down to 11. And it looks like the first fight of the night is going to be Nurullo Aliab going against Rafael Alves. We have Aliab around -190, Alves at +165. Billy, let's start with you. What is your best bet for the first fight on the card?
Yeah, I feel like the UFC is trying to set up Aliab for an exciting fight. I feel like a lot of his regional scene tape was a lot of decisions, but I feel like the UFC kind of knows what they have going on here. In the regional scene, 6 out of 7 of his wins were unanimous decisions, but Alves is going to be probably the more experienced guy. Looks always physically imposing when he steps inside the octagon, but 10 out of his 11 losses are inside a distance. So if Aliab can weather a storm, I definitely think he can get this done inside a distance. What's Aliab by submission?
Aliab by submission looks like best price is +440.
Man, they're kind of doing it to me there. Let me look at the submission or decision. Let me get the sub or decision here, +105.
+105, you said?
Yep.
Got it. All right. Cody, what do you like for this fight?
I think that this is a lot for this Aliab kid, like early, like watching his regional scene stuff, he really didn't impress me. Like his striking didn't look that great and his wrestling looked great, but his jiu-jitsu as far as passing and doing that, he just kind of like Khabib early in his career, throwing a ton of punches. But Alves does slow down. I'm going to take the fight does not go the distance for -145 because honestly, I'm picking Alves to get that first round club and sub, kind of like he did Diakese. His guillotine is sick. So this covers both sides, just in case Alves don't get the early guillotine or finish and he tires out, then he'll get finished by Aliab most likely. So give me that. It doesn't go the distance, -145.
All right, taking the doesn't go -145. And then Johnny, what are you liking for the first fight of the night?
Yeah, for me, it's Alves early or it's going to be Aliab late in the third round or decision. But I'm going to go with Aliab round 3 or decision at +150. I think Aliab can weather the storm early. Alves is going to gas out a little bit in the first and second round, and I think he can get a third round finish or it'll go to decision. I think he'll win 29-28. So give me that at +150.
All right, we got it all there. We got Blood Money taking the fight doesn't go -145. Johnny taking the Aliab round 3 or decision +150, and then Billy Briz taking the Aliab decision or sub at +105. I did want to bring up something in the chat. I've heard this before this week. Danny's saying Alves has a broken hand. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Danny, where'd you hear that? But and he's saying yes, per Instagram post, he had a broken hand early in January. So.
Yeah, he did. He did have a broken hand. He pulled out of a fight for a broken hand. But I think it's long enough from the heel. It wasn't like this week or nothing.
Yeah, as long as it wasn't like a couple of days ago.
Yeah. No, he pulled out of a fight with a broken hand earlier in the year. Yep.
Serial saying Alves by sub. Aliab money line saying Propaholic. Yeah, should be a really fun fight to kick off this card, I'd say. I'm really looking forward to this one. All right. Let us move on to the next fight. We have Joe Selecki going against Carl Deaton. Money's still coming in on Joe Selecki. We have Joe Selecki -800 now on Bet Online. Carl Deaton +550. I'm not sure if it's because of the haircut of Deaton or what, but lots of money still coming in on Selecki. We'll start with you, Johnny. What are you liking for this fight here? Anything?
Yeah, I like Selecki a lot, and I understand why there's still money coming in. He's the bigger fighter if you saw the face-offs. Also, Deaton didn't look like he was having too much fun up there on the scale either. So I think Selecki gets it done inside the distance here, whether it's going to be by sub or maybe ground and pound knockout. So I think it's going to be in the first or second round. So give me Selecki inside the distance at -120. I think he gets it done pretty easily. He's going to out-grapple him for most of the fight.
Johnny taking the Selecki inside the distance. Billy, what are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, this one was a beginning of the week. I thought I was going to put Joe Selecki in all the parlays, but doing my due diligence and doing some more research, maybe the Carl Deaton fade isn't a full complete fade. Fade him on the PFL against Flores, I think it was. But I feel like the bookies have this fight pretty nerfed. Selecki by submission is only +130. Inside the distance is only -110. Rounds 1 or 2 is +120. I mean, they're not really giving you a whole lot here to bet. So I'll take no distance here just in case if Carl Deaton does come in here and surprise some people. Joe Selecki's definitely hittable on the feet. Really just a jiu-jitsu guy. Doesn't really have that good of wrestling. Maybe Carl Deaton is low level enough where he can beat him, but I think Joe Selecki sub is the most likely outcome. but I'll take fight not to go to distance here.
All right, fight doesn't go. Looks like best price on FanDuel Sportsbook -168. Cody, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I'm not going to overthink it. I'm going to take Joe Selecki by submission for +130. I think in the first, second, or third round, at some point, Deaton wears down and Joe gets that submission. I think it could be in the first round. Could look like the Austin Hubbard fight, but yeah, man, Deaton's not all that good. He's a 145-pounder coming here on short notice. So either Selecki's going to get him out of there early or he's going to get him out of there late with submission when he gets. I don't see a ground and pound or TKO. So yeah, give me that +130.
Yep, I'm right there with you guys on some Selecki submission. We got Prison as well saying Selecki sub. Propaholic saying Selecki by sub. Forrest thinking he gets it done under 1.5 rounds. Breezy on the Selecki sub. Jan has Selecki by sub +130. There we go. Fading Deaton due to the terrible haircut. Yeah, it was one of the more interesting haircuts.
Don't blame me. Don't blame you one bit.
My day. It was something else. Let's see if that works out for him. I don't think it will though. All right, we'll move on to the next fight though. We have Charles Johnson going against Ode Osborne. We have Johnson sitting at -170 right now, and then Osborne sitting at +145. Johnny, we'll start with you. What do you like for this fight here?
Yeah. This is gonna be a pretty fun fight. I really like Charles Johnson in this matchup, though. I like how he's kind of a slow starter, though. That's the only thing that kind of scares me in the first round. But as the fight goes on, he's been picking it up lately, and I hope that slick win just kind of translates into this fight too. So I'm just gonna play it safe on this one. I'm gonna go Charles Johnson money line. I think it's at -170 right now on DraftKings. I just think he gets it done, whether it's going to be by knockout or maybe a sneaky like club and sub, or he gets a decision win. I think he can win either one of those three ways.
All right, Johnny taking the Charles Johnson money line -170. Cody, what do you like for this fight?
Yeah, man, I'm not 100% on. I like Johnson to win the fight, but I think it's going to be way tougher than people think, especially on short notice. I think the 130 actually helps O'Day because he cuts a lot of weight to get to 125, and he gasses. So I mean, Charles Johnson don't gas at 125, so extra 5 pounds are going to help him. Give me the over 2.5 at -120. I think this is going to be a nice little striking match. I don't think either one's going to put each other out, and I think in the beginning of the fight though. Osborne's going to get a little bit of Charles Johnson's respect where he ain't just going to be able to throw a ton of volume. So give me the over at -120. I like that a lot. Over 2.5.
All right, we'll give you -110. I see a lot of -110s out there to get a little bit better price there. Yep,
damn,
I
my
like
casino.
That. Billy, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I thought I was going to be on Ode Osborne at the beginning of the week, but as I started digging into it a little bit more, watching the fight tape, I feel like there's a lot of recency bias built into the line, but Osborne's coming off a knockout loss in his last bout, and Charles Johnson looked as best as he ever did in his last bout. So maybe this line could be a little bit inflated. I like fight to start round 3 on FanDuel -120, kind of the same cup of tea as Cody here. I don't think we're going to see a finish here in this fight. I think the move at the catch weight of 130, a little bit more pounds on both of them, so hopefully their chins hold up a little bit longer. Yeah. And I don't think Charles Johnson's ever been finished before, and that's a good sign when you're fighting a guy like Ode Osborne. This is more of a bet on Ode Osborne. Hopefully he isn't chinny here, and this goes to round 3, and we hit the scorecards. This hits the scorecards, and I think more times than not, Charles Johnson pulls out a 3-round decision.
Yeah, that -120 for the fight starts round 3. That's a good look. I like that.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
extra 2.5 rounds could be a lot. That extra 2 or extra half a round.
Yeah, I like it. Yep. Good look there, Billy. You can't be Snerius saying pass on this one. Christopher saying Charles Johnson over 6.5 minutes on DK Parlay is +130. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's a much better way to play Charles Johnson. I don't think he finishes this fight early.
Man, I got some crazy bets.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean those DraftKings.
I might do that after this. After this, I might do that.
Yeah. Let's see if I missed anything. What is up, Jenna? How you doing? And then he's saying Johnson to win in over half a round -130. So there you go. I mean, that's a really good way to play it there. All right. All right, guys, we'll keep moving on to the next fight, and we have a very intriguing one. Curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this. We have Jordan Levitt going against Victor Martinez. Some interesting line movement here. We have Jordan Levitt currently sitting at -124. Victor Martinez currently sitting at +104. So I believe Martinez was like a slight favorite or as a pick 'em earlier in the week. Now we have Levitt -124. We'll start with you, Billy. What are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, this is a hard fight for me here. Let me see if this is the pass fight for me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on this one here. We get one pass this week. I like Jordan Levitt, but I'll give you a quick story. I had a withdrawal at the beginning of the week at Bet365. Had a little bit of dollars left over, so I threw in a little UFC parlay, a little long parlay, and Jordan Levitt was one of those 9 legs, and he got switched out. So, and Dal told me he's ended up staying in. So that's how I feel about this fight. So, pass for me on this one. I think Levitt wins though.
All right, Billy taking the pass, and he has no passes remaining for the rest of the card. Johnny, what do you like for this fight here?
So yeah, this is going to be a grappler versus striker matchup. We all know Levitt does not have any striking whatsoever except low leg kicks. That's about it. He needs to get this fight to the mat. Otherwise, he's probably going to lose this fight. But I think he can because Victor's takedown defense isn't the greatest or ground game. So give me Levitt here. I'm just going to go with the money line because I can see him winning a greasy decision too with just racking up control time. So I'm going to be a little safe. And I think it's at -125 on DraftKings at the moment currently.
All right, I see a -120, so I'll give you that -120 there.
Okay, that works.
Cody, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, give me Levitt to win by submission +190. I think that watching the film on Martinez, man, he gives up his back a lot. He gets taken down easy. Jordan Levitt's a little bigger than him, and he showed that he could take down Paddy Pimblett, who's way bigger than him. He was able to hold down Trey Ogden, who's bigger than him. I think once he gets a smaller guy like this that ain't really experienced, it's a regional scene guy. I think Jordan Levitt's jiu-jitsu is going to be way better than the striking of the other guy. So give me Levitt by submission +190.
All right, taking the Levitt by sub. I'm on that as well. Probaholic saying Levitt money line. He better not take the L or my ground and family jewels are done for. Yeah, I heard if Levitt loses, Propaholic has to twerk on Twitter or something like that. So
there's a lot of them twerking bets going on. I've seen this week. Man, there's gonna be people.
I know
That MMA gonna be wild after that fight. It's gonna be wild.
Oh shit, it'll be wild for sure. So we're gonna get some twerking one way or another tonight. It looks like we got President saying Levitt by sub, lock it in. We in the house, Fieldhouse saying Levitt sub, Malott in round 1. Okay, I see you. Everyone is on Levitt. I actually see some people on Martinez. I think it's I see about 50-50. Lots of people on Martinez as well. And then Jan saying I have the Levitt money line -110. If he loses, he gets KO'd. Win either way. Yeah, I mean striker versus grappler matchup. All right, let's keep moving on, guys. Before we do so, we have 300 viewing here. If you guys can please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Go live every Saturday, 1 hour before the prelims for Best Bet. I am here we got Cody Blood Money, Johnny K Picks, we got Billy Briz. All their info is down in the description below. Go check them out, show them some love. They do a great job each and every week. All right. Next, we have Gabriela Fernandez going against Jasudavicius. It's about a pick 'em here. We have Fernandez like -118, Jasudavicius around -102. We'll start with you, Cody. What do you like for this fight?
I'm going to take Fernandez money line -118. I'm not impressed with Jasmine anywhere really, to be honest. Her wrestling's not all that great. She beat Kay Hansen. She was just way bigger than her, and Kay Hansen wants to wrestle her, and she couldn't wrestle her. I don't think that her wrestling is going to work here on Fernandez, who's super athletic and explosive. And then from there, Fernandez is going to have the way better striking. So give me Fernandez, probably by decision, because Jasmine's as tough as they come. But I'll just be safe just in case she hits her with one of them power body kicks and drops Jasmine.
All right, taking Fernandez there, money line -118. Billy, what do you like for this fight?
Yeah, I feel like Jazzy Jazz. I call her Jazzy Jazz. Jazzy Jazz, Canadian Olympic wrestler. She's able to implement her takedowns and get her ground control game going here. I lean towards her winning this fight. While she isn't the most physically imposing fighter or the most athletic, she's very well-rounded skill set. And Natalia Silva is a legit prospect. I think the public didn't understand that. Natalia Silva is legit. She's a name to really have circled for the upcoming future. But Fernandez is on a nice little streak herself, 7-fight win streak. She has good technical striking, but I still have a lot of questions of what her ground game looks like in short, brief periods of film that I was able to see in the regional scene. She was off of her back a lot, and that really causes me concern as she moves up levels of competition. And even though Jasmine busted that chalk in her last fight at -240 versus Silva, I think she pulls out the W here. She bounces back. Very boring 3-round decision. This is your smoke break fight, but make sure you have money on it. Jasudavicius, I can't say the last name. Jazzy Jazz, money line, plus 110 on FanDuel.
Jasmine, money line, plus 110. All right, got you down. So we got one on Fernandez, one on Jasmine. Johnny, who are you on for this week?
Yeah, I got to use my pass on this one. I think this is going to be a super close fight. It's a women's MMA fight. Anything can happen in this fight. But my pick is Jasmine ever so slightly. I do think eventually, maybe in the second round, she'll get the wrestling going after Fernandez kind of slows down a little bit. If she doesn't get the wrestling going, she's going to lose that fight pretty comfortably. So I'm just going to pass on it and watch it, maybe take a smoke break, like you said. So I'm staying away from this one.
Yep, don't blame you. I don't have anything on this fight myself. We'll see what you guys are saying in the chat on this one. Buffy with the pass. Fight doesn't start round 4. I think you're talking about the main event there. Jasmine's head movement is non-existent yet. For Jasmine to win this fight, she needs to get it down to the mat. And Prison saying JJ control time. Jasmine couldn't even hold Reed down. That is true. You can't be serious saying Fernandez by decision, plus 175. Yep, okay. Should be an interesting fight. I'm curious to see who wins this one. We got another kind of like a striker versus grappler matchup, so should be an interesting one. As should this next fight. We got this is the featured prelim before we get on the main card. We got Eric Gonzalez going against Trevor Peek. Money seems to be pouring in on Trevor Peek. Trevor Peek opened up at minus 200, went to minus 174 for a while. He's now at minus 235, and then we got Eric Gonzalez sitting at plus 200. Money's pouring in on the violence. People are expecting violence. I'm expecting violence. This should be a fun fight. We'll start with you, Cody. What do you like for this fight?
Yeah, man. I'm going to take Trevor Peek inside the distance by KO. What's the KO sub? Or no, just KO. I just take him at minus 130. Trevor Peek by KO. He's not subbing nobody. I just seen on Instagram he got his blue belt the other day. So he's going to TKO Hernandez or Gonzalez at some point in this fight, or he's going to get TKO. But I think he's way more durable, and he's going to be doing the TKO. And I actually got him in a parlay with Carpenter from last week. I put him on, and I got Peek at minus 170. So I got that parlay at plus 106. So now I just need Peek to come through for me.
Heck yeah, there you go. Yeah, Peek by KO, I see a plus 100, so I'll give you that. Johnny, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I got Peek by knockout as well. I think he gets it done in the first or early second round. It's not going to be too long after that. I mean, if Jim Miller can knock out Eric pretty comfortably like that, I think he can do it pretty easily too. So he pushes a good pace on his opponents early. He either goes for takedowns or he just brawls it out, and he doesn't care if he gets hit or not. So give me Peek here, and I think he gets the knockout.
All right.
I'd like to go with it. Minus one. What you get at minus 120 or something?
He can get minus 120. I got plus 100 though.
Yeah, I see a plus 100 there.
Oh, I'll get that. Every book.
Let Johnny get that
different.
Let Johnny get that minus 120.
All right. So Billy, we got 2 KOs here for Peek. Are you on the same side?
Yeah, man. Oddly enough, I got way too much money on Trevor Peek. I feel like their UFC's trying to package him up as a lightweight Justin Gaethje, man. On a budget, paying $15,000, and he's going to give you highlights. The UFC knows what they have in him. The reschedule bouts for a reason. I mean, he was giving Dominic Reyes his little brother. Didn't even know Dominic Reyes had a little brother up until this week. But I like Trevor Peek rounds 1 or 2 on FanDuel at minus 125. I feel like the obvious bet here is to under 1.5 at minus 175. But I'm placing all my bets on FanDuel this week, so I'm not going to cheat the system here. All FanDuel lines for me this week.
There you go.
All right, Peek in rounds 1 or 2, minus 125 for Billy, but it seems like we are all on the Peek side and Peek by some violence as well. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Sean saying Peek's chin and will to win is insane.
It's
the
craziest.
guy wants to win for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Bias saying Peek in the under 8.5 minutes same game parlay plus 100. I think that's a solid way to play it. I think he does win pretty early on. Peek is not winning decision. Yeah, I kind of lean finish myself. I'll take the under 1.5. Yeah, I think under 1.5 solid.
Yeah, I like that.
You'd be saying under 2.5 could be a potential parlay piece. I think it's like minus 400 now. It's been getting smashed throughout the week. What's up, Tone? I see you in the chat. Jan saying Peek in the first or second round plus 107. Yeah, great line there. Love this fight. Yeah, it should be a very fun fight. Yeah. So we'll do a quick recap of these prelims before we get into the main card. So we'll start with Blood Money. Blood Money is taking Alves. The fight doesn't go to decision, minus 145. He's taking Joe Selecki by submission, plus 130. He's taken the Charles Johnson over 2.5 rounds, -110. He's taken Levitt by submission, +190. He's taken the Fernandez money line, -118. And then he's taking Trevor Peek by KO, +100. Moving on to Johnny K picks, he is taking Aliab round 3 or decision, +150. He's taking Joe Selecki inside the distance, -120. The Charles Johnson money line, -170. He's taking the Levitt money line, -120. He is passing on the Fernandez Jasmine fight, and he's taken Peak by KO, +100. And last but not least, we got Billy Briz taking Aliab decision or sub, +105. Selecki fight doesn't go to decision, -168. He's taken the Johnson fight starts round 3, -120. He is passing on to the Levitt fight. He's taken a Jasmine money line, +110. And then he's taken Peak to win in rounds 1 or 2, -125. So I'm liking it so far. And let's see if I missed anything in the chat. I think we're good to go. The fights start in about 32 minutes. We're supposed to start at 4:30 Eastern time, I believe. So they're coming up pretty quick here. All right. Let's move on to the first fight on the main card. I like this main card a lot. I think it's not like night and day between this card and last week's card. I thought last week's main card was really rough with that Jordan Wright co-main event. This main card's fire. We're gonna kick it off with some fire. We have Mike Malott going against Johan Lainesse. We got Mike Malott sitting around -205. Johan Lainesse sitting around +175. Billy, we'll start with you. What are you liking in this fight here?
Yeah, this would be my one hot take of the week this week. I feel like Mike Mallott's a fraud, and a lot of his chin issues are definitely can be exposed. I mean, dude was getting clean knocked out by Keem Dawodu at 145, who looks like a fucking bantamweight. I can't imagine what people that are dying to make 170 are going to do to him. I mean, granted, this is a little bit of recency bias. He's come off 2 good performances, but nobody's really touched his chin up yet at 170. If there's one thing about Lainesse is he's a powerful finisher, and he's always being underestimated. 2-1 as an underdog so far in the betting odds, and I see value on him again this weekend. Lainesse has shown he can finish fights early. He put together a complete 15-minute performance. Last time wasn't the best performance, but Malott has good credentials, but he's one of those guys that you hear stories about him that he's a gym killer, but once the big lights come on, he just doesn't step up. Johan Lainesse here, +188 money line, and then I'm on Lainesse knockout round 1, +850 on FanDuel.
All right. The hot take of the week, taking the big dog here, Lainesse money line, +188. Cody, what are you liking for this fight?
Yeah, man, both these guys are fast starters. Both of them are first-round finisher guys. They're in the small cage. Give me that under 1.5 at -125. I think that, like, I know Lainesse's last fight was boring, but that was because Darian Weeks will let you fight boring. In the big cage or small cage, Malott doesn't fight like that. He's in your face, so they're gonna have no choice but to fight. So, yeah, let me get Malott, or let me get the under 1.5 at -125.
All right, taking the under 1.5 -125, and then Johnny, what are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, just to piggyback off everybody a little bit, like both these guys are finishers. They go for it in the first round, and if Johan doesn't get it in the first round, he just seems to fall off a cliff with his gas. And I don't know about Malott because he doesn't go that far in the fights either. So I'm going to go with Malott here. I think he's got the little cleaner striking. I think his subs are a little sneakier if it does get to the mat for whatever reason. So I'm going to go with Malott in round 1 or 2 at +100. I don't think it gets to the third round at all.
Malott round 1 or 2 at +100. Yeah, I think whoever wins this fight, it probably does end pretty early. Both these guys super dangerous. Probaholic liking the call, Billy. A Johan money line, yes. And I'm curious to know what Lainesse by like first round knockout is.
First round knockout was 850 on FanDuel. You got it. You got to throw some money on that, dude. I'm telling you, Mike Malott is a fucking fraud. There's no fucking way that he should be a -215 in any fight at 170. Dude has no fucking chin at all whatsoever. It's going to get exposed one of these nights, and we're about to cash another Johan Lainesse ticket. If you guys were there for the Contender Series, it was +220, and I think it was +550 inside the distance. We're getting ready for another Lainesse cash session. Come get this money, baby. Let's go.
Man, imagine cashing that +850 first round knock. I mean, I think that's how he wins the first round KO. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think that's how he wins too.
Oh yeah. see what we got in here. Malott is going to put his hands on him. Lainesse is scared of gassing out, so he's not going to be too aggressive. I think Malott's going to make him aggressive, though, in this one. That's why I kind of like that under. Fight doesn't go to decision.
I think there's one thing that's guaranteed is I don't think Johan Lainesse is going to go out here and shoot takedowns. And if he's not shooting takedowns and Mike Malott shooting takedowns, he's going to get punched in the face.
Yep, and we will see how his chin holds up if he gets punched by Johan, because Johan does hit like a truck. Johan KO'd stiff. Yeah, I can't wait for this fight. Should be a good one. All right, so we'll move on to the next fight. We have the return of Tatiana Suarez going against Montana De La Rosa. This line hasn't really moved much. You know, Suarez has been sitting around the -700, -800 range all week. So yeah, curious to see if you guys come up with anything on this fight. We'll start with you, Johnny. What do you like in here?
Well, obviously the huge red flag for Suarez is the 3.5 year, 4 year layoff here. So I think she is the better fighter for sure, but I'm just worried about that layoff, how she's going to look early in this fight. It might take her around, maybe even a round and a half to finally like get in the swing of things here. So I actually like Suarez to win by decision. I think it'll look pretty easy for her, but I just don't see a finish. I think it's going to take her a little bit of time. And then Montana De La Rosa is not the greatest, finisher here either. So I do see this going to decision. She knows how to go or submission defense, Montana does. So I think she can survive and make it to decision. So give me Suarez by decision at +100.
All right, I see a +120 there on Bet Online. I'll give you that even better. All right, Cody, what are you liking for this fight here?
I'm actually going to pass on this. I like the over. I really like the over because Suarez has good wrestling, but she's going to be small at 125. She was usually way bigger than everybody at strawweight, and she would just go in there and ragdoll them. But at 125, you see Montana De La Rosa is 2 inches taller, 2 inches of reach. She's been fighting tough. I think she has the better striking. She has a wrestling background, so maybe she keeps this fight standing, and it's a closer fight. Tatiana Suarez looking at her at weigh-ins and stuff, she doesn't look as muscular as she used to look. She didn't fight for 4 years off of neck and knee injuries. So she's not, everybody's expecting her to be the same savage she was when she was 27 and a little bit more healthy. But you take 4 years off of not competing. You're at 32 years old now, and her body doesn't look the same to me. But I'm passing. I would take the over, but I think this fight's going to be closer than people think, man. Montana De La Rosa ain't terrible, man. So,
yeah. I think De La Rosa is solid. It's just the hard thing is deciding, whether the old version of Suarez shows up or if she has had like a massive decline over these last 4 years. It's kind of hard to tell. Billy, what are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, love my girl Tatiana Suarez. There would be less concerns if she wasn't with Patchy Mix. Am I right? Like the Patchy Mix couple relationship. She's been in the gym. They eat, sleep, and breathe MMA. I like Tatiana Suarez here, but I am with my guy Cody a little bit. I do have a special place in my heart for Montana De La Rosa. She's cashed, I think, the biggest ticket ever, like odds-wise in my life. Montana De La Rosa knockout in round 2 about a year and a half ago. So I do have a special place in my heart for her. But Suarez round 3 decision here is probably going to be the move, -130. Hopefully she doesn't get the early finish the first round. I believe in octagon rust, and 4 years is a lot of octagon rust to knock off. So hopefully this gets extended into the 3rd round.
Yep, that is a lot of time off. We'll see if she comes back and she looks solid here. AJ saying the same thing. She's training with Patchy Mix, guys. Come on, there we go. AJ saying Suarez looked good.
This is the best Patchy Mix has ever looked in his career.
That is true. That is very true. He's been looking really good. That Suarez line move for the KO on the reference is something else. You're talking about on Bet Online. So the KO opened up at +600 and it got hit all the way down to +260 there for that KO. So money's coming in the KO. But yeah, it should be an interesting fight. I'm curious to see how it plays out. All right. Next, we have the People's main event. We have Augusto Sakai going against Dontel Mays. Looks to be the most highly debated fight out there this week. I'm curious to hear guys' thoughts on this. We'll start with you, Blood Money. Cody, what are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, I'm going to take Augusto Sakai by decision. Bro, people's gassing up Dontel Mays so much this week, and he's terrible. He's a big dude, and he's not good at fighting. Like, God, he's got wins over Parisian and Rocky Martinez. I just don't think his striking is that good. I don't think his wrestling is as good as anybody says it is. I I just don't think he's that good. I mean, he's got lost to Alan Crowder and Hamdy. I mean, he lost to, I watched that fight. You know what I mean? He's not that good, dude. Hamdy's not good at all. I think it's a recency bias with Sakai, just where he's been finished 4 times in a row by all 4 top 10, basically heavyweights ever. I think that he tears up Dante O'May's lead leg. I think he stops the takedowns, and I think that he's 3 times better striker than Dante O'May's. And I know people are talking about his jaw, like his chin's gone, but he really only got knocked out like 2 times. The other ones were like TKOs over damage between Spivak and Alistair Overeem. And yeah, I think he beats up that leg, and I think that he gets this decision, maybe even a finish. He's got a good clinch knees and all that. I'm just not high on Dante O'May's.
So you're going with Sakai by decision plus 320?
No, I'm going to just take Sakai money line just because he could finish him too. I mean, he finished Marcin Tybura in under a minute, so he could definitely finish Dante O'May's.
Okay, cool. So I'll give you the minus 111 there on Bet Online. Yeah, this line's been closing up throughout the week, which is, I don't know, it's interesting to me. But we'll go to you next, Billy. What do you like for this fight?
My bad. I gotta turn off this television because this Bellator fights were on.
I didn't even see. I didn't even see the screen.
I like Dante Mays here in this spot. I mean, dude, this is after having way too much money on him against Hamdi. But Hamdi did test positive, so maybe this is a somewhat excusable performance. Maybe, just maybe. But on the other side, I think Augusto Sakai's checked out, man. I mean, if you watch the interviews this week, doesn't really look like he's really that excited to be there. And if it also helps out a little bit, I mean, it's Black History Month here. We got a couple of black fighters left on the card. Dante Mays is one of them. It's in the every time he fights, he gets the messages on his Instagram of how Snoop Dogg didn't invite him to the barbecue, that clip. So every time Dante Mays goes in there, he knows people are watching stuff like that, and he's going to get it on Twitter and Instagram if he doesn't show up. I think his last performance was absolute fucking shit show, but he showed some upside in that one. Augusto Sakai hasn't shown me upside in a very long time. I think he can get knocked out, or he can get ragdolled throughout this whole entire fight. More past the victory here for Dante Mays. Dante Mays is going to get this dub. I like him money on.
Do you know what the best money line out there is for him?
I got minus 102 currently that I'm looking at here on FanDuel, but you know what? Let's take it a step notch further here. Let me get this Dante Mays knockout rounds 1 or 2 plus 280.
Right, knockout rounds 1 or 2 plus 280.
Plus 280 on FanDuel.
Gotcha. All right. We got Billy Briz on the Mays side. We got Cody on the Sakai side. The chat is blowing up for this fight, and everybody's looking forward to it. Johnny, what do you like for this fight?
Well, if anyone watched me and Cody's breakdown show on Thursday night, they would be in for a treat, because this was about a 30-minute breakdown of us going back and forth, who we liked and who we didn't like, and who we thought was crap and who wasn't. So I'm going to go with Mays. I think he gets it done here. I mean, I'm not saying he's the greatest fighter at all, but I think there's a big path to victory for him, and that's the wrestling. Not saying his wrestling is amazing, but he can get down Sakai. Sakai's takedown defense is just as good as Josh Prizian's takedown defense. So I think that's the way he wins this fight, whether it's going to be by a ground and pound knockout or he just wins by control time and just gasses out Sakai and goes to decision. So give me Mays money line here. I'll take that 115 plus 115 at DraftKings.
Did you say you did a 30-minute breakdown on this fight?
It ended up being 30 minutes because we kept going back and forth. It was so fun.
Bro, I was just listening to everybody tell me how great Dante Mays is. Bro, I watched him fight Hamdi. Oh. He's not great. He's not great. Don't donate to Dante Mays. He's big and he's not good.
This
How
fight,
can you trust
stressing me
Sakai?
out. This fight's stressing me out. I don't even have any money on it.
Tell me how you can trust Sakai.
Sakai training at ATT. He's going to get this done. He's going to get it done.
We shall find out. But yeah, lots of strong opinions here. We got Boofy riding with Lord Kong. Sean saying Mays is going to take him down with ease. Cyril saying Mays gasses.
Yes.
Mike on Lord Kong.
Mike,
you gasses is Sakai.
Hamdi
Tom Aspinall versus Sakai would be Sakai. Well, yeah, I mean, but he's not fighting Tom Aspinall here. Luckily, he's fighting Dante.
The opposite.
Watch out for the pelvic thrusts.
Yeah, what a sport! Yeah, what a sport, man. Let's go Augusto. Probaholic saying Cody Augusto's got this.
Prop knows what's up.
Sakai money
Outta here,
line
Prop.
is the play here. Yeah, that money line's coming down. It's minus 111 now, which is
He started as a dog.
Everybody knows.
Yep, that is
Everybody
true. He was a
knows.
dog like last week, I think.
Everybody skipped that Hamdi fight on their tape study this week. I feel like everybody was like, "Nah, I don't even need to watch that. We're gonna go back to Josh Parisian."
See how
we're gonna go back.
This is how
watch
it became a
him fight
30-minute
Josh
breakdown.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet,
We could talk about this the whole freaking
Bro,
fight.
you got a 2-year suspension for popping, man. What the fuck was he really taking?
Oh, no. He was taking everything, probably. My goodness.
Dude, 2 years, man? I thought it was 6 months.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
He beat Dontel Mays on 3 days' notice, and he's literally out of shape, fat
He's
guy.
an Olympic wrestler.
Cody,
Are you
He
saying
didn't,
he's
even
an
use,
Olympic
he didn't even
wrestler?
use wrestling. Facts of the matter is he didn't even use wrestling.
Well,
Cody,
Dante
I
didn't
bet
want to
you
use his
if you
wrestling.
had steroids flying through your system in a 2-week training camp here, you could probably beat Carl Deaton.
Wait, what'd you say?
He said no respect for D.
Hey, I am with
I mean, I
Billy
can
here.
wrestle.
I
can wrestle,
100%
but
agree with that statement. You would totally
Oh,
beat
my.
Deaton here.
Yeah, with that haircut, I mean, you never know. That's a
Yeah,
very bad
Deaton's
haircut,
wrestling.
but-
Or hair is.
But yeah, we're
Out
gonna
of this
see what
world.
happens, guys. We're gonna see what happens for this fight. But yeah, I don't know. Going back and watching that Mays Hamdi fight, I mean, I wanted to take a baseball bat to my TV because everybody was on Mays, including me. I only had like
I
a
bet
half
the
a minute
over.
on
I
him,
was too.
and
I
I
was
wanted
too.
to
over
take
in
my
that.
TV and just throw it in the Ohio River. I mean, that was a terrible performance. So yeah, should be an interesting fight. That's on the main card, and everybody's looking forward to it apparently. So we'll see
People's
what
main
happens.
event. That's
Sakai-
why.
Sakai
Everyone
beat
has like the
Blagoy
best.
Sakai beat Blagoy Ivanov 2.5 years ago. Just remember that. That's not that long ago. That was when Dontel Mays was getting ragdolled by Crowder. Alan Crowder. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying? This
Dontel
is
Mays
not
was
the-
also in there getting bodied, shot, kicked by Cody. I mean, not Cody. Wow, Surreal Gone, man. Surreal Gone was out here whooping his ass, man. I mean, Dontel Mays has been in there with some legit people before, and when he fights
legit person. You
With
gotta
a
get that right.
legit
He's
person.
been in one
Can we
legit
just
person.
all agree that the heavyweight division after or above to the top 5 is basically everyone's the same almost? Let's be honest.
I like
Same
heavyweight more than
fighting.
light heavyweight. Light heaveight's a joke,
Yeah,
man.
I would agree.
wins this
These
fight
days-
is going to be top 5.
Hey, the heavyweights are starting to look up a little bit, but there's some
Yeah.
younger guys. But it's going to be good.
Yeah, the top 5,
It'll
there's
be interesting.
5 or 6 guys
Also,
are really
for
good
the
in
record,
heavyweight. But
Sakai won the first 3 rounds over Alistair Overeem too. If we're gonna
Oh boy!
that
All right,
was
we'll
4
see.
knockouts ago.
Cody, you sold somebody on Sakai, so there you go.
My man AJ knows what's up.
Let's
Hey,
go.
Let's cash
Sorry,
these
AJ,
tickets.
when you
Let's
lose.
cash these tickets.
Yes. All right, guys. So we're gonna move on to the co-main event. Before we do so, if you guys have not already, be sure to smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel. Go down, check out the current standings for this week. I'm gonna update them tonight after the show, and I'll also put out the winner of this panel in particular on Twitter as well. So make sure you guys tune in for that. I think these guys will all 3 do really well today. I think this is a really good betting card, and I do like a lot of these guys' bets. So looking forward to seeing how these guys do and how we do going forward. But we have Andre Muniz here, and he's taking on Brendan Allen. We have Muniz like minus 213, and then we have Brendan Allen plus 183. Billy, we'll start with you. What are you liking for this fight?
I'm gonna take the cop out answer here. I got fight ends in submission minus 115. I feel like a lot of this stuff is going to be taking place on the ground, and I got a lot of question marks on Brandon Allen. He's the public dog of the week. He always does questionable things. I think Andre Muniz is legit. I see a lot of people playing the Brandon Allen money line, but I mean, I think we got to recognize maybe the UFC has something here in Muniz. I mean, if he wins 1 or 2 more fights in a row, we're going to be looking back like, damn, dude, Andre Muniz got a title shot, and he was only minus 230 against Brandon Allen. I feel like this line tells you everything you need to know. Fight ends in submission minus 115.
So the fight ends in submission is minus 115.
Yes, on FanDuel.
Gotcha. Okay,
I like that
minus
bet.
115. Yeah, I like that too. Johnny, what do you like for this fight?
You know, this fight is really, I mean, I like Muniz to win, but it's really hard from a betting perspective, actually thinking about it, because I can see both these guys staying up on the feet and then striking with each other because they don't want to test the grappling because they're both kind of scared a little bit. But the one bet that I do like is the over 1.5. I think the first round will be very slow. And then after that first round, they're going to pick it up a little bit with the grappling in a second. I think it'll go over that 1.5 here. So I'm going to go a little safe. Over 1.5. I think it's at minus 150 on DraftKings, but I got it at minus 140. So,
All right, Muniz, Allen over 1.5 rounds, minus 150. Got you there. And then Cody, what are you liking for this one?
Yeah, man, I bet that over 1.52, but yeah, I'm gonna just take that too. The over 1.5 rounds. Same thing. I bet that. I think that that Allen can keep it standing, with his wrestling for a good part of the first round. I think that even if he gets taken down, he's a high-level black belt himself. I know he's not the world class like Muniz, but I mean, he's tapped out black belts in UFC. He's choked out Kevin Holland. He's choked out Jocko. So, I mean, he's better than the average black belt. I know he's not Muniz, but he's good enough to survive, in my opinion. Even if Muniz, I mean, if Muniz gets the takedowns, it's kind of what Allen's going to want anyways in that position, because he's going to want to be on the bottom. You don't want to be in Muniz's guard. That's where he hits you with the arm bars and all that stuff. So I think that he's able to survive. If he gets taken down, he's put on his back, as long as he don't make his fight IQ mistakes. This goes over 1.5 easily. As far as a winner, I don't know, man. It's a tough fight. I could see, like someone in the chat said, Allen keeping this fight standing the whole time and winning with boxing, but see it going to the ground. It's a tough fight. Give me that over 1.5 minus 140.
Righty, we got Cody with the over, Johnny with the over, and then Billy with the fight ends by sub. SK saying Brendan Allen pulls off the upset. We got JR saying Muniz by decision. Prodigy's on the Allen plus 180. We got Shane on the Muniz. We got Boston Nick. What is up, Boston Nick? The guys at Pub Sports will be going live in about 13 minutes for the live betting companion. Go check them out. Boston Nick will be on there. I think someone gets caught. Yeah, it could happen, man. Both these guys are dangerous. Allen by KO plus, what was it? Plus, I think I saw Allen at KO like plus 900 for people that do like the Allen KO. I bet Allen 3 times versus Strickland, versus Curtis, and versus Malkoon. Can't back him here. Yeah, I don't have a bet on the fight personally. I think it's one of the best fights on the card, though, but I'm going to sit back and watch it. Allen looks confident. Yeah, he does. He definitely does.
I'd be confident after I made Jocko look like that on the ground. I mean, that was a crazy win.
I was not expecting all that. Sicky saying I'm on Allen. Muniz has a better grip. He does have a very good grip. We got a bot in the chat. We're gonna get them out of here. All right. Remind me at the end, Nate, and we'll give you a plus money bet there. But remind me at the end.
I'll give you a plus money bet right now.
Okay.
DC Defenders, XFL tonight. XFL's gonna be going off around the same exact time. XFL's been a cash cow, baby.
You said the Defenders from DC?
DC Defenders, plus 150 money line, plus 3.5 if you're a little bit scared.
All right, gotcha. I've not really looked at the XFL, but I'll keep that in mind, Billy. All right. Okay, main event time. We have Nikita Krylov going against Ryan Spann. I like this main event a lot. I think it's going to be a fun one. I don't think it lasts that long, but I think it's going to be fun while it does last. We got Krylov sitting at minus 180, Ryan Spann sitting at plus 155. We will start with you, Billy. What do you like for this main event here?
Yeah, I'll be short, sweet, simple because my back is kind of hurting here a little bit. Ryan Spann, rounds 1, 2, 3, plus 200 here on FanDuel. That's the way I'm going here with this main event. Call me crazy, call me stupid, call me what you want. The under's juiced at minus 175 for a reason. Ryan Spann's about to win this fight, and it's gonna be crazy seeing Ryan Spann ranked top 5 in the light heavyweight division. But that's the division that we're in. He's gonna cash this ticket tonight. Let's go, Ryan Spann.
What line did you get on that 1, 2, 3?
1, 2, 3 was plus 200 on FanDuel in the all-round betting section.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think if you're gonna play Spann, that's how you gotta play him. Get a much better price tag there. Johnny, what are you liking for this main event?
I'm also on Spann here. I think Krylov on paper, he's the more well-rounded guy. He's durable, but Spann's been on a roll and he hits like a truck. He's got sneaky submissions. Stat that I found that was really interesting was Spann has 10 first-round submissions, and Krylov is lost by submission 5 times in the first round. So I think this gets done by submission. Spann gets that sneaky guillotine. So I'm going to go with the Spann submission at plus 450. This is going to be my little Hail Mary of the card. And I think he gets it either in the first or second. I don't see us going past the second round at all. So I think Krylov shoots a panic takedown, if you want to say, after he gets hit, and he wraps up that guillotine.
Sorry, what was the bet? I missed it.
Oh, Spann submission at plus 450.
Okay, Spann's plus 450, and I believe that plus 450 is the best odds on the entire show thus far. So that'd be a big hit there for you, Johnny. Cody, what are you liking for the main event?
Yeah, I want. I don't have the line. I'm gonna have to have one of you guys tell it. My casino don't offer this, but I like Krylov inside the distance. Ryan Spann is made of glass. He has no gas. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff. He tires
Ryan,
out.
that Ryan.
Bro, when he gets hit, like, dude, Anthony Smith looked like the biggest world beater in the history of the world. Like, he went out there and dog walked Ryan Spann. He beat him on the feet. He beat him on the ground. Every time he touched him, he got rocked. Johnny Walker. I seen Carl Robertson knock him out. I just think that Nikita Krylov has just as good a striking as Ryan Spann, if not better. And then he has the better wrestling, and their submissions are about the same, except Krylov is a dog, dude, and he has gas for days. So if this fight hits the second round, Spann's already going to be tired by then. I don't think it does. I think that Krylov touches Spann's chin at some point, kind of like he did Gustafsson and them, and gets him out of there in the first round. But give me Krylov inside the distance.
Krylov inside the distance. Let's see if I can find the best price for you there. Like -1. That's DraftKings is off this week. You know the price on the inside the distance, Cody?
I don't. Well, let's see. I guess just give me. You guys, yeah, because I just use.
I got you. I'm looking it up right now. I got my book right in front of me. Krylov just went to a -180 favorite. Double chance for Krylov KO, TKO, or submissions -130, and they got some UFC specials up here, and it's very nice. They got some very nice UFC specials here
on DK
on FanDuel.
Oh, FanDuel. What do they got? Anything good?
Either fighter to win the first 2 minutes of the fights +500.
That's pretty cool.
Either fighter the Ryan Spann by knockout or Krylov submissions -120.
Ryan Spann by knockout or Krylov submission. Okay.
Either Krylov to win and fight to start round 2 is +185.
Greasy on that one.
All right. Like sweating for 5 minutes. Biased on Spann too, because like he knocked out Misha Serkinov and like the corpse ghost of Dominic Reyes. You know what I mean? Like
you point out,
he's not that good.
Are you like Sakai?
What's that?
I said, isn't Reyes kind of like Sakai?
Not even
knocked out 4 times.
Do you know what the difference is? The difference is Ryan Spann actually can hit hard though too.
He's a Superman. All right, guys.
3 leg kicks. That fight's changed.
Let us bring this up. All right, so we have 10 bets here for each guy. We're going to go through them one by one, and then at the end, we're going to confirm all these lines are right, all the plays are right, and at the end, you're going to give me your best bet of the card. If you hit that best bet, whatever your profit is for that bet, it's going to double. So this is a big thing here. So Cody, blood money, you're taking the Alves fight doesn't go to decision -145. You're taking Joe Selecki by submission +130. You're taking the Charles Johnson fight to go over 2.5 rounds -110. You're taking Jordan Levitt by submission +190. You're taking the Fernandez money line -118. You're taking Pete KO +100. You're taking the Malott under 1.5 rounds -125. You're passing on the Suarez fight. You're taking the Sakai money line -111. You're taking the Muniz fight to go over 1.5 rounds -150. And then you're taking Krylov inside the distance -130. Is all that correct? And if so, what is your best bet of the entire card?
Yeah, that's all correct. And let me get that Joe Selecki by sub at +130 as my best bet. That is the path.
Joe Selecki by sub. I'm going to highlight that there. So if you win that bet, you are not only going to win 1.3 units, you're going to win 2.6 on that with the double. All right.
Take it.
Johnny, you're taking Aliab to win by round 3 or decision +150. You're taking Joe Selecki inside the distance -120. You're taking Charles Johnson money line -170. You're taking the Jordan Levitt money line -120. You're passing on the Fernandez fight. You're taking Peak by knockout +100. You're taking Malott to win in rounds 1 or 2 +100. You're taking Suarez by decision +120. The Mays money line -102. You're taking the Muniz fight to go over 1.5 rounds -150. And then you're taking Ryan Spann by submission at +440. Johnny, is all that correct? And if so, what is your best bet of the card?
All look good. The Spann sub was 450. Not that I'm trying to nitpick, but
450. I got you. 450.
But I'm also for my best bet though. I'm gonna also do the Joe Selecki inside the distance. I think that's a no-brainer.
All right, so we got Blood Money taking that Selecki sub. We got Joe Selecki inside the distance for Johnny. Billy, you are taking Aliab decision or sub plus 105. You're taking the Selecki fight, doesn't go to decision, minus 168. You're taking the Johnson fight to start round 3, minus 120. You're passing on the Levitt fight. You're taking Jasmine money line plus 110. You're taking Peak to win in rounds 1 or 2, minus 125. You're taking the Lainesse money line plus 188. You're taking the Suarez round 3 or decision, minus 130. You're taking Mays to win by knockout in rounds 1 or 2, plus 280. You're taking the Muniz fight to end in submission, minus 115. And then you're taking Spann to win in rounds 1, 2, or 3, plus 200. Billy, is all that correct? And if so, what is your best bet of the card?
Yeah, not actually like my best bet, but my best bet for this scenario is going to be Lainesse plus 188. If that doubles up, my other 2 opponents have Malott, so that would give me a lot of edge here.
All right, taking the Lainesse money line for the best bet. All right, guys, there we have it. Going to kick it around here. The fights are going to be starting in a couple minutes, but I'm going to start with you, Johnny. Johnny, let the people know where they can find you and what you have typically going on throughout a week of content.
Yeah, so everyone can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at Johnny K Picks. Every Thursday night, me and Cody do a live breakdown show on YouTube. So check us out. It's at 6 p.m. Central or 7 p.m. Eastern time. And we do pre-fight shows on Saturdays as well, but not today, obviously, because we're on this show. So, yeah, definitely come hang out. And I do my breakdowns and on Sundays or Monday.
Sounds good. Billy, let the people know where they can find you, what you typically have going on for some content.
Yeah, you can find me over on Twitter at Getting Bills, Instagram Billy DFS, all the content over there at Pub Sports Radio. We're going to be live Sunday night, Betcast tomorrow night, going around the table, around the world of sports, and live betting it with Jimmy the Bag, Wham Bam, and LJ from Houston. So make sure you guys tap in. Got some highly insightful cappers, have some hockey going on, some NBA going on, and some XFL going on. So if you're a degenerate, that's the place to be. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, baby. Got the flag behind me. Palooza, baby. Couple of weeks, man. You're going to party it up.
Are you going for sure?
Yeah, 1,000% going. For sure.
Yeah, man.
Sean Brady's fighting in person, dude. I got to see it in person. And Slaughter's the best host ever.
Oh, yeah, Slaughter's awesome. Can't wait for that. All right, and then last but not least, we got Cody. Cody, let people know where they can find you, what you typically have going on for some content.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube at Blood Money MMA Bets, on Twitter and Instagram at the same, where I post all my betting slips and do my breakdowns. Johnny said we do a show together every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, where we just break down all the fights, talk with everybody in the chat. And then I got a Patreon now and a Discord. It's $10 a month, and get all my early bets. Like I already got bets in for March 11th card and stuff like that, where people's going to beat a ton of line movement. Already bets for 285. So get my early bets and have fun, talk with everybody. Appreciate you having me on the show today, Brady.
Yeah. No problem. Thank you,
Always
Cody, for coming on. Billy, Johnny, appreciate you all. And appreciate the chat. If you guys can leave a like on your way out, subscribe to the channel. Me and Weezy, Weezy's in the chat right there. We'll be back tomorrow for Stat Diggers on Pub Sports Radio, 7:15 p.m. Eastern time, breaking down UFC 285. So check that out. You can follow me on Twitter, DFS_numbers, Instagram, DFS by the numbers. I'll be putting out the winner of this panel tonight to see how they did tonight. So it should be a fun card. Enjoy the fights, and best of luck for UFC Vegas 70. Talk to you guys later.
See you later.